We're on the march with funds beside me. We're all going to Wembley. And we'll really shake it up when we win the FA Cup, because Oldham are the greatest football team. Could Oldham become the first non-league team since Tottenham Hotspur in 1900 to win the FA Cup? Yes, Tottenham once won the FA Cup as a non-league team. Southampton, the following season, were runners-up in 1901, also as a non-league team. Being realistic, no. Our best chances in the FA Trophy. But hey, it's FA Cup. Win it a lot earlier than what we're normally used to. We're playing Chester at home. They're going to bring a good few. Let's just go out and win the game and get ourselves into the first round. I get pissed off when we're never in the third round. So it's important we just do what we need to do today and get in. Obviously, league form goes out the window and it's a chance to take pressure off a little bit. Hopefully a win today would really, really boost the players' confidence. Hopefully. Good news this week hearing on the injury front that players are close to returning. Seeing Gardner's mentioned, Hogan's possibly a couple of weeks away, which we desperately need back. It's weird to think at the moment we're actually 2 games unbeaten, drawing at Scunthorpe, drawing at Maidenhead. I'm not going to lie, Maidenhead wasn't particularly a good game. Until we scored, we hardly even got in their half. We scored against them in a play. Obviously got that late penalty to equalise. I was annoyed that the lack of urgency at the end to go on and win the game. It just annoys me that. I know it's safe to play for a point, but come on lads, push on, get the 3 points. That boost it will give you, that away win when we're going to these grounds. Otherwise teams are going to shut up shop. Positive, Maynard at the back looked alright. The early impressions of him, I think him and Hogan will work well in the long run. Fondop worked his socks off last week. Maidenhead I thought was actually a nice little ground. I liked it because it's old school, it's right in the town centre, it's right by a train station, right by the pubs. It's sad, I've heard that they're moving to a new ground, but you could see with the apartments behind it, it's only a matter of time. That stand in the corner, it looked like a train station. I don't expect to see Gordon and Henry coming out. Obviously at full time, frustrations started to boil over a little. It is annoying. I can understand both sides of the argument. That Ryan Hamer hit the nail on the head on the Boundary Park alert system. Fans like myself have experienced the glory years. Younger fans haven't. And with the new owner, there was new hopes, new expectations. It's just that little bit of patience. We're slowly getting it right off the pitch. The appointment of Mick Rathbone, I think, is brilliant. He's got plenty of experience as a player and as a physio. He's written a couple of books. And let's not kid ourselves. We need that little bit of strength, that little bit of mentality. Mentally, players can have all sorts going through their head. A bad injury can knock the confidence, because basically that could be weeks, months, not doing what they're doing every day. They could be short on confidence. We need them mentally prepared for big games. Remember when Ian Dowie brought John Harbin in from the rugby? He had them boxing, he had them swimming early in the morning. Yeah, we had a physical team, but we were winning games. We were scoring late goals. And sometimes you need that installed in you. Also, this week was a positive. We had a B team game, the first one that drew 2-2 with non-league Macclesfield. That's good because we're playing a Macclesfield team that's not doing too bad, but also with players we can pick up on the way, and it boosts the fitness of the fringe players, gives the young players a run out. You have to look at the likes of Carragher and also Wellens. They've come from the academy level to the first team. So it's going to take him games to adjust to it. Obviously, years ago, Royal was the king of picking up players from reserve team football. The gap wasn't that different then. We used to have reserves, A team, B team in the Lancashire leagues. Obviously, academy side football now isn't what it used to be. And hopefully, this team will get that little bit in helping them players progress. Alan Shearer once said at a Q&A was that reserve team football should be competitive and played in full stadiums like used to be on full-size pitches. And you know what? I 100% agree with him. It just needs to be scheduled properly and given the time and effort they need. They were playing Chester from the Conference North. They're not the same, technically they're not the same Chester City we may have played years ago. I know, obviously, growing up, I remember Chester in the early years of football being in the League 2, what was then Division 4, Division 3, they went down. They've been in the conference, got back up, went back down unfortunately eventually, went bankrupt, screwed over like Stephen Thorne, that name again. They reformed in 2010. They did win promotion Originally, they should have been in the North West Counties League, won an appeal and got skipped to the Unibond, which is not Northern Premier League. Since then, only a few other clubs have put stop to it, apart from Macclesfield, who got skipped to North West Counties Premier last year. Anyway, they get in the Conference North 2013, which they won. Basically, got promoted to the National League. On the first season, they actually finished fourth bottom, but didn't go down. Something happened. I know everything above them, I think they folded. They eventually came back down 2017-18, and they are where they are now. Obviously, the Diva Stadium, we played there in a friendly, I think it was 2015. Half of us went to the game, half of us stayed in a pub. Weren't a bad game, but Chester fans are pissed off because half the ground is technically in Wales still. We've got a massive rivalry with Wrexham. If we do draw today, the replay should be next week. Now, it could be Tuesday or Wednesday. It probably would be Tuesday, but like with Oldham, teams do not play certain games on certain nights if another team plays. So, like, United and City very rarely play on the same night. Liverpool, Everton. Now, Chester and Wrexham, there is some mileage between them, but like we don't play at home and City play at home. They may not play at home and Liverpool play at home and have a Champions League game. So just bear that in mind. Hopefully, there'll be no need for a replay. Instead, we'll go out, we'll get the job done straight away on the ball. Got a few crests behind us, what I've got for Oldham fan. I just thought, decorate it a little bit. Tickets are on sale for the game with Halifax and Altrincham. 2 games we should take good following. Halifax is an R5 kickoff, it's live on TV. Now, the thing with the non-league grounds so far, we've struggled for an atmosphere because of the design of some of the grounds, like on the corner. Hopefully, these two have got stands behind the goal with roofs on. So, a good number of us together, hopefully, we can get behind the team, make an atmosphere, and show why fans in League 2 are missing not having us here. Chester didn't have a bad team in the early 90s, mid-90s, when they were in Division 4 and got promoted to 3. I always remember like Stuart Rimmer, who's the record goal scorer, Chris Lightfoot playing for him, Graham Lancashire had a brief spell with him also. Obviously, David Unsworth has history in this competition. He won the cup for Everton playing under Joe Royal. Obviously, Royal couldn't do it with us, unfortunately, but we're all chuffed that he went on and did it with Everton, and obviously for Unsworth in that 1-0 win, Paul Rideout scored. It's probably his biggest honour as a player achievement, really, winning it. Hopefully that bit of that magic will filter through to us today. In fact, I've just read on Twitter, on this day 1960, one of our greatest players, Bobby Johnston, made his debut and scored in a 5-2 win at home to Exeter, and there was over 17,000 fans there. Obviously, it was way before my time, but the stories I've heard from all the fans about him are phenomenal and excellent. So that fake cup, it's part of my football memorabilia. I think I got it when I was about 10 or 11, 12. It was out of match or shoot. Kept it since, obviously it's a bit wear for worse. Don't worry, I've got no intention of attempting to try and inflate it or blow it up on air. And I won't be bringing it to the game unless we miraculously made it to the final. If I did, I'd let my nephew hold it. Final shout out has been asked today. Reduced admission, £12 adults, £5 concessions, turning up to the ground, a correct change, speeds up entry, turnstiles. I won't lie, I did 2 spells at turnstiles over a 10-year period. Most of them are Oldham fans, like you and me. They love the club, they support the club. Cut them a bit of slack, because you know what? They're the faces of the club you see firstly on match days. So let's try and make it life a bit easier for them today. Hopefully we'll be in the draw for the first round. I've not looked when it is, I'm guessing it's Monday. Normally right now I'd be thinking, oh, picking up this non-league this today, just win, get us in. Hey, first round we could end up getting good away day, Derby, Sheff Wednesday, Bolton, Wigan, even Dogdale if we have to, but let's win today and hopefully keep the FA Cup run alive. See you on the terraces, people. All the best. Come on, Oldham.